The Blue Ribbon Committee. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we transfer the calendar of ordinary business to the calendar for special orders, Committee Report number 2 on proposed Senate Resolution number 139. This is the resolution concurring in the agreement on narcotics control and law enforcement. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we consider proposed Senate Resolution number 139 under Committee Report number 2.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Consideration of proposed Senate Resolution number 139 is now in order. The Secretary is directed to read only the title of the resolution without prejudice to inserting into the record the whole text thereof.
Resolution concurring in the ratification of the Letter of Agreement on Narcotics Control and Law Enforcement between the Government of the Republic of the Philippines and the Government of the United States of America.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. To sponsor the said measures, a distinguished colleague from the province of Ilocos Norte and Leyte, no other than our distinguished colleague, Senator Amy Romualdez Marcos.
Senator Amy Romualdez Marcos is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and Majority Leader. My dear colleagues in the Senate, I rise today to submit to this August Chamber Committee Report number 2, sponsoring here with Senate Resolution 139 entitled Resolution Concurring in the Ratification of the Letter of Agreement on Narcotics Control and Law Enforcement between the Government of the Republic of the Philippines and the Government of the United States of America. Mr. President, the Philippines has fought long and hard a flailing war against illegal drugs, drug trafficking, substance abuse. The full gamut of crimes related to drugs continue to destroy lives, break Filipino families, and weaken our communities. Unfortunately, our struggle against illegal drugs appears to have weakened in the last few years in intensity and in focus. The truth is, we are backsliding in effort and result, and today, a total of 5,859 barangays remain classified as drug-affected, and 1.479 million Filipinos continue to use illegal drugs. Since January 2024, a total of 52.12 billion worth of illegal drugs were confiscated, showing that the flow of illicit substances remains alarmingly persistent. Ang mga dating addict nagbalik loob sa pagiging addict. Yung mga dating takot, ang lalakas na ng loob. Ang mga pusher, di na nagpo-push back. Ang mga user, himbis gamutin, binigyan ng alibay. Durog na ang Pilipinas. Marami na naman durugistang Pilipino. Marami na naman nakawan dahil naghahanap ng pantustos sa bisyo nila. Laganap na ulit ang krimen dahil laganap na ulit ang droga. High, happy days are here again. Ang pinaghirapan linisin ni Presidente Duterte, linamon at linaklak na ng mga buwaya. Buwayang walang kabusugan. Matapos ni Presidente Duterte dalhin sa hustisya ang mga kriminal, matapos niyang dalhin sa rehab ang mga adik na gustong magbago, ayun, siya naman pala ang dadalhin sa The Hague. Fortunately, the country has had help in the war against drugs, namely the 2011 Letter of Agreement or LOA on Narcotics Control and Law Enforcement between the U.S. and the Philippines. Under this agreement, the U.S. committed funding and expertise to programs designed to enhance law enforcement, strengthen the rule of law, advance drug demand reduction, promote community resilience. In truth, from early 2011, we have been benefiting from the LOA, as we have already received over $27,620,000 US in equipment, training, and donations, including 250 million pesos for the establishment of an educational and technical building in the Philippine Coast Guard Fleet Training Center in Balagtas, Batangas, Bulacan, $342 million in training programs for the Coast Guard as well, and the provision of several millions worth of critical equipment. Through the LOA, law enforcement personnel participated in international and regional training on drug prevention and advocacy. Filipino doctors have been certified as international standard drug abuse treatment capable. And our prosecutors and lawyers received specialized trainings so that the 2017 edition of the Prosecutor's Manual was produced in large part through the assistance granted by this same LOA. On top of the $27.62 million already given, the U.S. government also committed an additional $25.4 million of funding under the LOA. Unfortunately, there has been a misapprehension of the LOA's character as a mere executive agreement. Since it contains a tax exemption provision, the same should have been submitted for Senate concurrence vis-a-vis a treaty. However, because these provisions were never invoked by the U.S. before, the issue of whether tax exemptions are operative without Senate concurrence never arose until today. In the awareness of the deterioration of our country's drug situation, our American partners wish to expand their assistance to include a new pier for the Coast Guard and the PPA in Buliluyan Island in Palawan. This project is likely to incur significant expenditures and concomitant tax obligations on the U.S. government, hence obliging them to invoke the tax exemption under the LOA for the very first time. Both the BIR and the Create More R8-12066 require that international agreements granting tax exemptions must be concurred in by the Senate. So, Mr. President and esteemed colleagues, after 14 years of reaping the benefits of this agreement, it is time that the Philippines formally honors the tax exemption provisions which both parties agreed upon in 2011 by ratifying the document now properly as a treaty. By our concurrence, the Senate will guarantee our drug enforcement and justice departments access to funding, resources, experience, and the invaluable assistance of the U.S. in this global war against illegal drugs and organized crime. Just as important, our ratification of this law will send a strong signal to the international community that the Philippines honors all its obligations under each of the agreements it signs. Oo, kailangan natin lahat ng tulong na pwede nating makuha. Pero kung ang sarili mismo nating bansa ay lango at lulog sa nakaka-addict na katiwalian, paano tayo gagaling? Gayong mas gusto pa ng ilang mga politiko na wala sa wisyo ang taong bayan para mapagpatuloy nila ang kaadikan sa kapangyarihan. Dalawa lang ang kapalaran ng mga mata sa lipunan, mamuti sa gutom o mamula sa droga. Dahil dito, hinihiling ko ngayon ang inyong pahintulot at sang-ayon sa ratifikasyon ng LOA or Letter of Agreement on Narcotics Control and Law Enforcement hinggil sa pamahalaan ng Republika ng Pilipinas at ng Estados Unidos ng Amerika. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo at mga mahal kong kasamahan.
Majority Leader.
May we recognize Senator Bato de la Rosa to co-sponsor the speech, Mr. President, or the resolution.
Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues. I rise today to co-sponsor the resolution concurring the ratification of the Letter of Agreement on Narcotics Control and Law Enforcement, or LOA, between the Republic of the Philippines and the United States of America. Mr. President, droga ang nagdudulot ng walang awang pagkasira ng kinabukasan ng ating kabataan, ng ibang pamilya. I have seen this happen more times than I can count. Kaya para sa akin, anumang kasunduan na makatutulong upang dagdagan ang ating kakayahan, labanan ang illegal na droga sa pamamagitan ng training, equipment, o rehabilitation programs ay dapat lamang nating suportahan. The Philippine government has been supporting this LOA for 14 years. Since 2011, the Philippines-USA Agreement, in fact, provided more than 27 million US dollars in assistance, from homicide investigation training, to airport drug interdiction, to maritime patrols, to community-based rehabilitation. These are concrete programs na naramdaman ng ating mga ahensya. In 2024 alone, 6.2 million US dollars was added for counter-narcotics and citizen security, with another 8 million US dollars committed for law enforcement. Mr. President, let me emphasize, to fully defeat the drug problem, what we need are reliable and sustainable solutions, unmoved by the ever-shifting winds of politics. And the resolution that it is before us is precisely of that nature. Hindi ito nakadepende kung may sponsor ka ba sa Kongreso, kung malakas ba ang kapit mo, o kung sikat ba ang programa mo sa media. This is sustained support anchored on a binding international agreement that directly helps our frontline agencies like the PNP, PDEA, DOJ, DILG, even DOH in the rehabilitation side. This too is something we have seen happen too many times. Mga mahalagang programa na nahuhostage, hindi napupunduhan dahil napupolitika. But we cannot politicize our way out of the drug problem. Mr. President, hindi po kinikilala ng illegal na droga at krimen ang kulay ng politika. Kaya kailangan natin ng ganitong klaseng kasunduan. We need a stable, predictable, and dependable narcotics agreement that stays and stands no matter which way and no matter how hard the political winds blow. That is why, Mr. President, if we fail to give our concurrence, we risk losing future support. Kaya hindi lamang ito usapin ng konstitusyonal na tungkulin, kundi usapin din ng praktikal na pangangailangan. Mr. President, supporting this law shows just how committed we are in the fight against illegal drugs. Not only that, we are also sending a clear message to our institutions. Their mandates are taken seriously, and they are duly supported. Most importantly, we are drawing a line of strong refusal. We shall not allow our nation to slide into dark pit of being a narco state. Never, not on our watch, and not on the watch of this Congress. Mr. President, I just would like to share to the body patungkol itong mga letter of agreement between U.S. and other nations. I was able to visit Colombia when I was at PNP, and sila po ay merong existing law with the U.S. government patungkol sa pagsuporta ng U.S. government doon sa kanilang anti-drug campaign. At kung makita mo po, Mr. President, ay ikaw ay you will feel the envy dahil nga yung kanilang, kumbaga sa atin, yung kanilang yung ating PNP Drug Enforcement Group, or sa kanila, equivalent doon na yung Directorate for Anti-Narcotics under the Colombian National Police, ay tinulungan po ng USA ng napakaraming suporta. They were given about, if I'm not mistaken, yung number no na sinabi sa akin, around 60 fixed wings and around almost 100 yung Black Hawk helicopters, Mr. President. Kaya yung kanila mga patrolman doon, kung pupunta lang, mag-operate ng drugs from one province to another province, ay yun ay nakasakay